Continue, Mitzvah Hashem, in Torah Samech, Torah 60, Likutey Moharan. We are in the middle here of the Ches. And what we discussed last time is that when the people that are the tzaddik is waking up, the people who are sleeping their days away through Sipurei Maisias, when they wake up, the dibur comes out with great force, and that force gets to the Batchanei Ador, the trusters, the people who have the biggest bitochon in generation. And we spoke at length about why dafka bitochon is the thing that enables things to progress and to procreate and so forth and so on. And from those Baalei bitochon, Batchanei Ador, Batucha is also a synonym of kidneys. Kidneys are klei loda. They're the very beginning of the procreation mechanism of the body. So that leads to latir peakoros. That leads to women, barren women, that until now could not give birth. Now they're able to give birth. When it says as follows, this is the breaking of ceramic dishes. This is when they make a vort, in the time of the Mishnah time. So what they used to do is that the couple will make what they call erusin, which was actually kiddushin. She already be his wife. Then the chosin would go back to the place where he lives and prepare a house and prepare a chasen or whatever it is. And 6 months later, the father will come together with the daughter and with all the guests, and this is how they would make chasens. But being that there were some mishaps along this process, so what they do is today they do the irusin and the chasana in the same time. So instead of doing what used to be irusin, they do the very makpid not to call it irusin, they call it a vort. They're making a vort, which means they're announcing that they're going to get married, but it's not a irusin. She's not his wife yet. So we said that before we had the zivug hanishik and the zivug hagufni. This is first of all the atir ilmim, which represents the culmination of zivug hanishikin, the yichud hanishikin. Then comes yichud hagufni. First of all, latir ilmim, after latir peakoros. The way it is beruchnius, it's also the way it is begashmius. Since beruchnius it is latir ilmim peakoros, also begashmius, that's the way it is. First of all, zivug hanishikin, then zivug hagufni. That's the way it goes. So this is why we break klei cheres, ceramic dishes, when they're making this kashus, lahoros, to point out shachshav shenasai is kashus, now that there is a tie of a matrimony, that they're connected to one another. Shehu b'shvil hoiloda, that the sole purpose of matrimony, of wedding, of marriage, is to bring more generations to the world. Because whenever a Jewish neshama comes to this world, there is an additional and unique revelation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the world. We just, when we look at it and we think like, okay, like more children, less children, a lot of children, little children, whatever, but we don't realize, as Rabbeinu says in I think it's Torah, hey, that every person needs to say, Kol ha'olam, chayav kol ha'olam. He must say, the entire world was created for me. Mishvili nivra olam. Every person is supposed to say that. And then the Rebbe says there that, since the olam was created for me, so I must at all time see the chisar in olam, what the olam lacks, what the world lacks, and to fulfill whatever they lack. To daven for them. So now it says chayav kol adam. It's a day of chayva. The Gra, the Vilna Gaon says any place that it says chayav, he says at kedei mesiras nefesh. There must be nefesh on this thing. Comes the question: I have to be moist nefesh to say that the world was created for me? I mean, it sounds. I mean, besides the fact that it's not exactly the most social, politically correct statement in the world. See, this entire world is all created for me. Forget about you, forget about everybody else. It's everything is for me. Okay, so it seems that way as well. And besides the kasha of if it was created for me, what about you? You're supposed to say it's created for you. So who was it created for? For me or for you? No, we have to say it. Each one has to say it. So just say. So what do you? I mean, we are like saying like it's a chas v'chalila, a fake thing that's supposed to do. You're supposed to say it. I'm supposed to say it. Who's it for? Everybody's supposed to say it. I mean, let's say if it's some kind of a state of mind, and not a real thing. Why is chayav? Why don't you say like it's the righteous thing to do. It's the religious thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Chayav means you have to be moist nefesh for this. What lies in this inyan of saying the world was created for me that makes it such a must? It's a total obligation. I have to do it. And the second question is, okay, the Rebbe says, since the world was created for me, I'm obligated to see what the world lacks, to fulfill that lack, and to pray for them. It's also a question, okay, listen, why do I have to say that? The world's created for me, okay? It's like in my pocket, okay? I can put my hand in my pocket and take out whatever I want. It's my pocket. If the world was created for me, why it doesn't come to say that I can take from the world whatever I want? Now you're putting me obligation supposed to see what the world lacks. And again, you can tell me, listen, that's the righteous thing to do. That's the religious thing to do. That's the humane thing to do, whatever. But chayav, I must. Maybe there's an option to take what I want or to take care of it. But who says it? Whoever says chayav, you have to do it. It says nefesh. So that's the answer. That every person is really an entire world. Not just in a saying, but when you're looking out of your own eyes, everybody else, no matter how beloved, how close is somebody else. You are the only I there is. And you're the center of the universe. When you move your head to the left, the entire world is moving to the right. You head to the right, the entire world is moving to the left. You are the center of the universe. You have moons around you. You have your wife, you have your children, you have your parents, then you have your brothers and sisters, then you have uncles and cousins, And so, and it's like another ring and another ring and another ring. Like it's a whole universe with stars that the whole thing, when Earth, when you take a look at how the entire universe revolves around it, it's exactly the same way about you. Why is that? Why could we all created Dafkas in such a way? The reason, one of the reasons, is that we are in this world in order to rectify the Misakim, things that it is in the root of our neshama. It's either things that we fudged, or we welched on, or we messed up previous gilgulim, whatever it is. This is our role. This is our mission in this gilgul to fix it. So comes the question: how do I fix a neshama? I'll tell you a secret if you don't tell anybody. I don't know what neshama is. I've never seen a neshama. How am I supposed to fix something? I don't know what it is, and I don't know what means that it needs, what means that you fix it. I have no idea. But the world, the Kodesh Baruch Hu created the world in such a way that whenever it is, this what they call the I think the third law of Newton, or thermodynamics. Every action has an equal reaction. And in the Torah, it is being expressed in the word "vinosnu." Vinosnu is that when you give, you read the word "vinosnu" backwards and forwards the same way. Vinosnu, vinosnu, because whenever you give, you get, and whatever you get, you give. And if a person chas v'chalila hurts somebody, he's being hurt. He's being damaged. If a person does good for somebody, he benefits from it as well. Now, in the neshama, there are 613 parts, Averim, limbs, organs, and so forth and so on, spiritual organs. And it's a fractal principle. In other words, let's say that the neshama has a head, the neshama has hands, it has legs. Okay. In the hands of the neshama, okay, in the right hand of the neshama, there is the entire 613 parts inside. So you have the head of the hand of the neshama. And in that head, there's also 613. Okay? It's all subdivided to 613 Averim. And it's ad ensof, to infinity. Everything is combined of everything, and of everything becomes. And so there is, let's say, there is a
So that's in the body. Those numbers.
because it's a muscle.
In the neshama.
Yeah. The neshama has the same way the human body is a muscle for the neshama. So the right hand of the neshama is the power to give. The left hand of the neshama is a muscle for the power to take, and so forth and so on. It's like every single aver is a muscle of what this aver does, and this is the koach of the neshama to do that particular thing. Same thing is with the spheres. Chesed is giving. That's the right hand. Gvura is the left hand. So the same way, everything is combined, is included and is made of everything again, bis ein sof, ad infinitum. So Lemaisa, whenever a person goes into this world and he does something that he's not supposed to do, or doesn't do something that he is supposed to do, later on, this puts a blemish. Let's say, just b'derech mashal, the ear of the hand of the head of the hand of the of the nefesh, of the neshama, whatever it is. Okay, now how am I supposed to fix this? How am I supposed to know what's missing? How am I supposed to know, how to fix it? I have no idea. I'm totally unaware of what it is I'm supposed to fix. And I'm totally unaware of how to fix it, even if I knew what I'm supposed to fix. The answer is, it says this is what it says in the Sod, in the Gemara. It says that one of the Roman high ladies asked, I think it's Shur ben Bracha, but I'm not sure. She says the world, since Kodesh Baruch Hu created the world, what does he do? So he told her, Mizavik Zivugim, he's making matches. So she said, I can do that too. She took, 100 slaves, male, 100 slaves, women, married them together. That's it. Very, very soon afterwards, this one came with the black eye, and this one came with a, I don't want him, I don't want her, she doesn't want this one. So it didn't work out. But what's the deep muscle in this Indian? The entire reality that each of us goes through, the cars that pass in the street when you're walking, the people that come towards you, the people that are in the houses, the people that go this way, and the birds that fly, everything is a moving reality of endless parts. You're only meeting Lamaisa, a very specific nikuda after nikuda after nikuda. This person passes by you, this one says something to you, this one, this, now you need this, now you need that. The question is, how do you react? Every single opportunity that comes your way is either opportunity to do good, and therefore, let's say you go in the street, and there is somebody who's sitting there and is collecting money, okay? So you put your hand in your pocket and you take out money and you give tzedakah. And then you move ahead. You don't remember afterwards you gave, how much you gave, whatever. But l'maisa, in the act of going and giving, you have delivered the tikkun to the ear, of the eye, of the head, of the hand, of the nefesh, the ruach, whatever it is. It works automatically like this. That's Tzapshat Mezavek Zivugim. Everything that happens to each and every one of us is Bechavonat Chilo, with a specific purpose, to fix our neshama and to fix the world. So now it's very, very clear. You have to say Bishvili Nivra Olam. Why? Because I have a job to do. How do I do this job? I have to see what needs to be done, and I have to fix it, to fulfill whatever they lack. And if I can't do it, I'm supposed to daven for them. That's what's supposed. In other words, this is all the three levels of tikkunim that you can affect on the entire reality that you live in. Each one is a totally separate world. Now it's very, very clear why it's Chayav Kol Odom Loimer B'Shvili Nivra Olam. Because if a person doesn't say that, if a person is not aware of that, that means, like Rabbeinu says in this story, that he's asleep. I think that, I live in the world, and this one is against me, and I'm better than this one, and this one is richer, and this one is poor, and this one is jealous of me, and I'm jealous of this one. In other words, I think that there's a world, that it's one world, and we're all in this world. It means you're missing the whole point. You do Torah and mitzvahs, Baruch Hashem, it's a gewaltige Zach. You have Nachasot HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that he said, and you're doing what he said, bevadai. But that's not the tachlis. Tachlis is that you do it in such a way that there'll be a seichel in it. You can be connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu with how you can, b'shvili nivra olam. You understand that whatever reality is you're living in is bevadai good, because it was created and it's being created, especially step by step, second by second, millisecond by millisecond, especially for you. And every Jewish neshama that is born is another galus, is another world, with a lifetime of tikkunim and incredible inyonim that are being done. The Rebbe says the union of marriage, many, Bochrim, they want to get married, they're really, stressed about this union, and they want to get married because they feel, they're lonely or whatever the situation may be, and they think they get married, it'll solve their problems. It'll solve specific problems, but there will be other problems that you need to. That a person does not get married to solve problems. A person gets married in order to bring to progeny, in order to have children, and the children have children. So this is the tikkun olam. So this is what the Rebbe says, that l'oiros shenasa is kashrus shu b'shvil oiloda. Shehu b'vchinas bitochen. The oiloda is a result of bitochen. B'chinas kloyos, this is of the kidneys. Shem klei oiloda. In other words, you're putting the klei oiloda into action. B'vchinas botach ba lev ba'alo. That the husband trusts the husband, the heart of the husband trusts her. It means this kashrus of a man and a woman is for the progenation, is for procreating, which is a bechina of bitochen. אבל על זה נסבטל ונשבר בחינת הביטחון לסטרא אחרא. This is the bitochen of a person, of the tzad atuma. When a person doesn't trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu, they trust other things. That's the reason why we break dishes made of clay or china, whatever. Bivchinas, as the prophet says in Yeshaya, "V'tiftechu be'oshek v'nolois," and you would trust in fakery and chicanery. V'shvara k'nevel yotzrim, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu will break it like a nevel yotzrim. V'loi maltze b'chitos eretz. Since you don't trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but you're trusting the Egyptians, say the Navi Yeshaya, and you give them bribes, you think that they will protect you, that America is going to be the one who saves you. Then the Kodesh Baruch Hu Chas v'Chalila will break you like dishes of clay that are being broken to small pieces in order to to bring it down to sand again, to clay again, to mud again, in order to recreate it. And the Likutey Moharan brings an explanation of this inyan of miton, Kodesh Baruch Hu, what is this inyan? The main mile, the main quality of bitochen is to trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu and do good. Trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu and do good.
The main what?
That's the mile. That's the ikar. That's the crux of bitochen. That's the ikar of bitochen. The main ikar of bitochen. Trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu and do good. It says p'tach b'Hashem v'aseh tov. What does it mean? It means don't get confused in your Torah, in your avodas Hashem. From the worries and the fact that you're worried about parnasa or whatever it is. Don't let it rattle you. To take care of, you have to take care of. You got to do what you got to do. And because you're obligated to it. But in the storm, remain calm. Like the eye of the storm, remain calm. And do good. You just learn and daven and do what you need to do, and trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu will sustain you all your days, for as long as you live. Don't worry about it. And if a person doesn't hold such a madrega that he will totally take away from this world, in other words, the highest level of bitachon is don't worry about anything of parnasa. The Rebbe says, the ugerkes with water, like cucumbers with water is also, and a piece of bread is also good. So you don't know how much do you need for your life. So a person who's holding this madrega of bitochen, don't worry about what will be your parnasa. So you daven and you learn and you serve Kodesh Baruch Hu. Kodesh Baruch Hu will sustain you. Don't worry about it. He says, okay, this is the ultimate. This is the number one. Nelson could do it, and obviously Aveda could do it. The people that are Aved Hashem Emet, they don't deal with parnasa b'chlam. It says, if you're not holding it such a madrega bitochen, and that totally take yourself from this, this world, and do business in this world, on the locha. Still, be kaveh eating the Torah, fixed times that you learn Torah, fixed times that you daven. Again, don't get rattled. Things go, things don't go, the pressure, whatever it is. If you'll be committed, trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu, everything will fall into place. And also the thing is, don't worry about it, because to take out money in order to spend on this, don't worry, because Baruch Hu will fulfill whatever it is that you lack. Have a full bit on Kodesh Baruch Hu. And even if a person knows that he messed up, and he keeps on messing up at every single step of the way. I see my life. Why should Kodesh Baruch Hu take care of me? I mean, why should I? What do I deserve it? I'm Vada Kodesh Baruch Hu doesn't. Chas v'chalila. Don't fall for bitochen because of that.
What?
Don't fall off from trusting Kodesh Baruch Hu from a bitochen because you take a look at yourself and you measure yourself how your actions and what mitzvahs and averis and yerurim, whatever it is, and you see that, man, I don't stand a chance. It's like I don't take a step without messing up. Still trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And don't say, Chas v'chalila, who am I to trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu since I'm messing up all the time? I don't deserve it. So why should, who am I to trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Since I did so badly. But trust the chasadim of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that are endless. HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves you and He'll take care of you. Trust Him. I don't deserve. I do deserve. I'll give you a secret. Nobody deserves. Only tzaddikim, agdolim, amitim, they deserve. Everybody else is v'tar tzedakah. Nobody deserves. And so don't get too fablonget in daigas of this world because you're so small in your own eyes. Because you feel like you're not worth anything, like you have no value. You don't bring anything to the table. But be mechadikim mitochon the way you are, because your kavona is l'shem shamayim. All this is called bitochon the kedusha. This is the bitochon the kedusha. But to do all kind of shenanigans and to fool people and to do all kind of things, that the person believes. Yeah, of course I believe in Baruch Hu. But I got to help him along. It's too. Or to fake and to forge, chas v'chalila, to do all kinds of things that the Medina forbids. To sell illegal things and to buy illegal things and to do all kinds of fakery. And you're trusting Kadosh Baruch Hu that what? That nobody will find out. I can do it. They'll find out. No, I trust Kadosh Baruch Hu, I won't find out. This is bitochen the sitra achra. There is an Indian that people need to understand. There are decisions, and there could many, many times be the same decisions. that are sensible and sane, and there can be the same decisions that are insane. We spoke about it a few times. For instance, a person wants to get something in a store. There's no place to park. So he double parks. I'm just running in and taking something out. He comes back. But it's illegal. You get a ticket. No, in 5 minutes, in 2 minutes. And that person comes out of the car, there's a ticket on the car. The person gets so upset. I understand this meeting, man. Couldn't wait for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. How does he or she know that is Formula 2? You double park, you get a ticket, man. You park on the sidewalk over here, you get 500 shekel knas, a fine. I mean, don't you see that everybody's parking like this? Why do you single me out? This is an insane decision. What? Nothing will happen. This is betochen the sitra achra. What will happens if you get a call from your son's school, small child, that he had an accident. He sold himself. And they called you from the school to bring a change of clothes for your child. In the meantime, your child is really embarrassed, okay? And you take clothes and you rush over and there's no place to park. And you double park. And you run in. About where you're gonna get a ticket? It's worth it for me. I'm going in to give a change of clothing for my child so he's not embarrassed. And they give me a ticket, And don't give me a ticket, don't give me a ticket. This is the same decision, but this is sane. The difference between them is that you accept the consequences. You don't say, they won't give me a ticket because it's just for 2 minutes. That's insane. How do you know? But if you do what you're doing, and you accept the consequences, because what you're doing it for is worth, to give it, to not give it, my child is worth it. That's bitochen the kedusha. This is the same decision. This kind of imaginary world, I'm going to do something nobody's going to see. It's like the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, not the last one, but his father-in-law, Rebbe Rayat, they called him. He said, that people, they do averos. Some people do averos, in the hidden. And they figure nobody will find out. And he says, and they don't even realize that they're sending signals to the people around them exactly what they're doing. They're subconsciously advertising to the world around them what it is that they're doing. They think nobody knows, but people know. They say you can run, but you can hide. So this is different to be talking to Sitra Achar and be talking to Kedusha.
Again, the people don't know. Only Hashem knows. We said in this Torah, they're Hashem.
Yeah. And he says also, the same thing is somebody who's doing business and is borrowing immense amount of money. And he says that he trusts HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He's doing business with sums of money that he can't possibly repay if it falls through. It's also betochen sitracha. Kitzur Likutey Moharan says that. Adrabah, you have to trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu that even you do a small little thing for your business or you work for somebody, whatever it is, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will support you. You don't need to build empires and gamble and this and that. You don't need to do any of this. Just the main thing you're trying to throw is to learn and to daven. And when you do business, wherever you learn, the meaning of Euro, when you do business, how do you do business? To do Yosha and so forth and so on. So this is the Batach Belava. You were breaking the Klei Cheres, you're breaking um, ceramic dishes during this kashrus, to say that bitochen the sitra achra is like a ceramic dish that is being smashed to pieces in order to make new dishes out of it. So when a couple gets together and get this kashrus, with this they're saying that they are connecting to bitochen the kedusha, and they're breaking the bitochen the sitra achra by breaking the showing, by breaking the klei cheres. It's a motion for that. Ki bitochen the kedusha. Bitochen the kedusha shenasal this kashrus. The bitochen kedusha that is being made. How does a couple get married? How do they know what's going to be? That's bitochen. You trust. Hashem, Yakol Beseder. It's the complete opposite of the bitochen sitra achra, which is a bechina, which is represented by the breakage of clay pots or clay dishes. And also, there's something in it, something else. There is a remez, there is a hint, which the couple is also being given. She'im lo yisnagu b'kedusha, they will not behave b'kedusha. They will not respect their own sanctity, the sanctity of the matrimony, the sanctity of their connection. If gedu chas v'shalom, and chas v'shalom, they will betray. Chas v'shalom b'chinas habitochen, they will betray the bitochen. They will betray the hoylod, the b'chin of hoylod. Then they themselves will be b'chinas shviach, like a breakage, clay dishes that are being broken and smashed with the rings. This is what happens.
It says the Kli has remind him not to divorce.
Beseder, but here's a hint. It's a hint that the person should. Remember, he's talking about behaving with kedushas. We're not talking about whatever's in Sefer Amidas.
Here's the core of it.
No, Sefer Amidas, Sefer Amidas.
No, I think it's in.
No. That could be. Okay, and when a person, this is
talking about it.
Okay, over here it says Shvius Checheres. This is being done by Miftach Boged. How does a man, a woman, that betray their spouses? How come they do it? Because they trust they won't be found out. That's bitochen sitra achra. That's the ultimate bitochen sitra achra. Nobody will find out. This is what says Al tiftachu be'oluf. Don't trust in a general. Oluf. Let's see what it says here. It says, don't believe in bad. Don't believe a person in his fellow men in the promise of a prince, of a minister, of a Al tiftachu be'oluf. Don't trust a general. Don't trust a prince. Don't trust a minister. From the one who lies in your bed, keep your mouth, don't say things that you saw that should be hidden. Even your wife, that she knows everything about you. There's certain things that you know about other people or whatever it is that keep your mouth shut. Don't trust. She won't say. She won't. The wall has ears. This is a mashal to tell you that it's not possible to be bitochen. In other words, clear lodo. In other words, the reproduction Kalim. Smochim el dibur, they won't be connected to the dibur. In other words, al pipshat of the pasuk, al tiftechu be'oluf, mishochev chekecho, shmo pischapicho. That's the pshat of what we said. And the Rebbe now tells the secret between us, reveals to us that the remez in this pasuk, that tells it it's not possible. We said before that the Klei Dibor should be close to Klei Iloda, that the speech should be close to the, because Lati Pe Ilmim, to Pe Akoros, be close to it. It's not possible. Aleph is Rosh Hashanah Lati Pe Ilmim. It's not possible that the bitochen, will be Lati Pe Ilmim, that from this becomes a Iloda. That it is not possible to be bitochen close to the dibur, which is aleph. We'll explain it in a minute. That they will find somebody that will lie together with bread and warm it up. In other words, a person needs to guard his diburim very closely before Hashem Yisbarach. And when a person does it with bitochen, with the emes, then the diburim comes from within him. It comes out of your spiritual bechina of kidneys, as it were. If the kloyes yoitzes, the advice is by the kidneys, as it were. Then, as this diburim will get to the klei loda, which is batchone ador. Just a little bit of the aura for the Nakuda, of a Nakuda about this Indian of keeping the mouth, not saying things, especially to one's spouse, when one is upset or one is triggered, one is pushed, one is stocht, one is hurt. It happens, It's an everyday thing that women say things to their husbands. Now, your wife knows you. She knows everything about you, but she doesn't have the words. She can't put it into words. And women are different than men in the way that they process emotions and get used to new situations, whatever it is. So it's very easy. Like, you can have a discussion with your wife in the evening, and she understands everything you're saying. And wow, you figure that, all right, we reached a compromise. We understand each other, whatever it is. The next day, it's like he never said a word. Like she reneges about everything. What the heck is going on here? What do you mean? I can't come to any agreements with her and just act on it? What's going on? You feel betrayed. You feel that you were cheated. You feel you were misled. But you don't know that women, that's the way that they come, that they sort of like settle things within themselves. It's an up and down process. It has to be up, okay, I got it, and then it goes down, pushes it away, and then it ends up somewhere in the middle. Men are different. Men, when they are challenged, they go back. They retreat to their cave. Women, so the women go after them. It's like, well, tell me what's wrong. Tell me what's wrong. And you just leave me alone. Don't follow me to my cave. I need to be on my own to work it out, and I'll come out. But women, they speak each other. They say care means to tell each other what's going on. I don't know if you see two women talking. So it goes in turns. One woman sits, the other is in the cafe, whatever it is. One is sitting there talking, and the other going, uh-huh. No. She did what? She said, I can, wow. And then when the other one is done, the reverse roles. The other one is saying whatever it is, and the other one is going, uh-huh. No, I don't believe it. So, men, however, how does a man be mechazek a man? He doesn't, listen, tell me all your problems and whatever it is, and I'll tell you. Man, katan alecha. You'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. I know you. This is how men get chizuk. Don't go now. So when a woman she sees that you're troubled, so she behaves to you the way women behave, right? Tell me what's wrong. That's the way that you express love. you need you need your own distance to come together. So you retreat. So she comes after, then you retreat. She comes even after. At the end, what happened? You explode. You would have been a lot easier if you were to understand where she's coming from. And she feels that she's losing you. You don't love her because you don't tell her what's wrong. So all you need to say is like, listen, I'm dealing with something. I need to come to terms with it. I'll finish. I'll be back. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Then she'll come down. But the thing is that people say in times of test things, the minute the words come out of your mouth, you know you're never going to live it down. You know. This you will be paying for the rest of your life. You're going to pay for this. For sure. But she started, she hurt me. She wasn't. שמור פיך, משוכב את חיקך, שמור בתחי פיך. If your wife tells you something that hurts you, or upsets you, or makes you feel like yay big, first of all, I don't know, count to 10 to whatever it is. You will never, ever, ever regret things you didn't say. Things that are rash, that can be hurtful, you'll never regret not saying it. If Lamaisa, after considering it and whatever, it's with somebody has a das Torah or whatever it is, the right thing is to say whatever it is, then you go ahead and you say, but it's not something which is done in anger. The Rambam says that the meaning of lotisa of chet, that a person should not carry a chet on his friend. What is it to do with what is lotisa of chet? Don't cause your friend to remain with a chet. I'm responsible for him. So the Rambam says, what are you talking about? He says, this is when a person, chas v'chalila, insults you. Don't shoot back until you calm down. But when you calm down and you're no longer angry, you have to go to that person and tell him that his actions hurt you. If not, he doesn't know he did anything to hurt you. There's no idea. So you got to let him know. But without anger, without boom, don't do it. What will happen if I don't say it? I'll be attacked, I'll be belittled, I'll be whatever it is. Bitochon the Kedusha. All the brachas come from that. Hashem should help us without Hashem that we're going to receive the Torah this Shabbos, right? It's Yisrael. It's Hashem. We're having this Gevalda. I heard from Yaakov Shechter that he said that what was the greatness of Yisrael? That Yisrael was massing, he got the greatness of Hashem. And it was the main Gdula of Yisrael. It became to him, it says, everything's, you're it. Whatever Kodesh Baruch Hu does, he just gives him a nature, you can't do it this way, do it this, whatever it is. Everything is a Kodesh Baruch Hu will tell you. And you will, if Kodesh Baruch Hu agrees with me, he'll tell you to do this. Then you do this. Whatever it is everything is you as a Kodesh Baruch Hu will tell you. Yeah, he knew who Moshe Rabbeinu was. It's the Iker Gedula of Yisrael. And without Yisrael, he couldn't be Kabbalah Satara. Yisrael, he was the big chief of all the Avodah in the world. Right? And then what the Zohar says, when Yisro came and said, now I know that Hashem is great from all the powers, all the ministers, whatever it is, it says, the name of Kodesh Baruch Hu has been made great above and below. This is the thing that enabled us to be Mekabel Torah. So if I come up and say, I just cannot believe that I'm roy to anything, that I'm worth anything, that I have any value, Adrabah. Without Yisrael, there was Avodah Zarah, he was the chief kahuna of all the Avodah Zarahs. He was the Pope, he was the Pope, he was everything. He was the shaman, he was everything, he was. The Tumah Shebetuma. And he came from, this is the main Tiferet of Kodesh Baruch Hu, that's the main glory of Kodesh Baruch Hu. So if I'm so bad, it means that the main greatest of Kodesh Baruch Hu is being expressed by me becoming good. So if you find yourself that I'm doing things, and I'm doing things that I know I should not be doing, and I keep on doing them, and I keep on banging my hand against the wall, I can't believe I keep on doing and keep on doing. That's what's wrong with me. Come, talk to Kodesh Baruch Hu. Don't let go, because it's from you. But Hashem will be main tiferet and gilui of Kodesh Baruch Hu. Hashem, Mashiach, Geula. Rabbi Mino, Good Shabbos. Let's see.